If I was starting over in my 30s with no money, no purpose, and no drive, here are the top 5 things I would do to build a 6 to 7 figure business. 6 years ago, I was working as an engineer tech and just living a basic 9 to 5 lifestyle. I wasn't unhappy, but it always felt like something was missing. I would always question my surroundings, my upbringing, my lifestyle. I never felt as if this was just it. I had my friends, my family, my dog, but I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't convinced on this was the life that God needed me to live. This wasn't His will. Then on a random Friday, I was laid off from my job. What once was a place of comfortability and stability now became a place of uncertainty and unforeseeable. At first glance, I was rejoicing, and as time progressed, a slow realization came to mind. What am I going to do? With $0 in my bank account, a hungry dog, and rent due, I did the unthinkable. With no future in mind, I sold all of my belongings, moved back home with my parents, and flew overseas to Bali. With just everything fitting in my backpack, I realized, 1. If it costs your peace, it's too expensive. You didn't come this far in life to build yourself into a prison. I found out how quickly I was attached to a setting and environment, to materialism that wasn't allowing me to grow and cost me relationships, opportunities, and money on the table due to not having peace. 2. Money might have solved your past problems, but it won't write your future purpose. That's on you. Knowing who you are is beneficial to knowing what your purpose is. You don't need to go find yourself. There you are. 3. You chase success. Now chase alignment. One feeds the ego, the other feeds your soul. The Apostle Paul says in Romans 12:2, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by a renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and be acceptable and perfect will of God." As opposed to living a life of sin and self-destruction, which is a likelihood if we conform to the world, following God's will makes it possible to have a heart and mind in the likeness of God. Instead of becoming consumed by sinful and temporary desires of the world, we can surrender to God and follow the path He has created for us. So, find God. 4. If your business doesn't reflect who you are or who you're becoming, then it's not success. It's self-abandonment. You can achieve financial milestones, but feel disconnected from your deeper identity. Building a business at the expense of your truth leads to emptiness, not fulfillment. I challenge the idea that success is just metrics. Real success should evolve with you. 5. There's no ROI in burnout. Scaling a company means nothing if you're shrinking as a person. Personal well-being isn't a side project, it's the foundation. No amount of growth in revenue is worth it if it comes at the cost of your mental, emotional, or physical health. True growth is holistic. Which leads me today. Now I run an early stage startup helping 6 to 7 figure founders, startups, business owners, creatives to not just automate their business, but automate their lifestyle and design a life worth living for. All in God's will.